The topic is the Metropolitan Davidson County School District, and we're talking to the Director of Communications, Mr. Craig Owensby. And of course, Mr. Owensby, before we had our second commercial break, we were talking about the spending issue dealing with the Metropolitan School System. Let's talk about the new initiative that was recently taken by Director Wise in reference to. However, let's do it from his perspective.
Well, we mentioned going to the court with a plan, and that was a 5-year plan. We are currently in year 1, which is mainly designing buildings and getting land. Year 2 would start this fall. And what was presented to the board in the last couple of weeks was a plan to do what we could do this fall. That plan really has 3 goals. We talk about schools closer to home and making kids change schools fewer times. We've got some kids who change schools 4 or 5 times, and also offering some more choices, some more magnet schools, some more optional programs. So when you look at a situation like that, the first thing you say is, what can I do right now? What gets the most done first? Because in a lot of cases, if you talk about sending a child to school closer to home, we've been under this court order for so long that there may not be one closer to home. You know, and Antioch, again, is an example. Fast-growing area, and some of the kids from Antioch go to school downtown, and if they're going to go to school close to home, you need to build them one. So the plan that is before the board right now, and will probably get decided by the board, we're thinking March or April, is to do some redistricting this fall. Send as many kids to school closer to home, in this case mainly in the southwest and southeast part of the county. Now, the first thing any parent, and I'm one, asks about schools is, what's this mean for my kids? So I want to give an example, and the example is going to be my son. He's in 3rd grade. He's in 3rd grade at Harpeth Valley, which is in the far southwest part of the county off of Highway 100, and we live about 2 or 3 miles from school. Under the plan, the way we've been running it, he would have to get on the bus in front of the house, 6:45 in the morning, ride the bus an hour and 15 minutes to Head Middle School for 5th and 6th grade, and then come back to Bellevue Middle School for 7th and 8th grade, which again is a couple miles from the house. Not a thing wrong with Head Middle School. Wonderful school, great teachers, but it's an hour and 15 minutes away on the bus. Now, if the board approves Dr. Wise's suggested plan for this fall, what would happen is he'd go to school K through 4 at Harpeth Valley, 5 through 8 at Bellevue near the house, and 9 through 12 at Hillwood.
All within the same district.
Nearest elementary, nearest middle, nearest high school. And when we get this 5-year plan phased in, 94% of the kids in grades 8 and below are going to go to school within 5 miles of the house.
So you've already plotted that out in terms of the number of years?
And I've got some, some maps here for specific examples, but right now we're looking at getting the most done that we can do this fall, because it takes, if you own a piece of land,